Hey financial devs, it's Ryan here. Today we're going to be doing a quick little video discussing a 10K and a 10Q, what exactly they are and the differences between the two. So 10Q, it's just a quarterly report. You can think of 10Q, Q stands for quarterly. It's an unaudited financial report that goes ahead and summarizes the financial statements of a company every 3 months. So that's why they call it quarterly. Because if you take the 12 months within a year, and you split that into four quarters are 3 months. So they're usually going to go ahead and publish it every 3 months. Now, it might not be exactly, what March, June, and etc., but they're going to go ahead and usually do it every 3 months in between. So again, it's just a nice financial report that summarizes how the company is doing year to date between those 3 months. And yeah, so it's a nice review of the company's financials, and it's pretty much an idea where the company wants to go ahead and give you guys, any investors, an update on how the company is doing before the final financial statements come out at the end of the year. With this current lockdown, a lot of the companies, when they had to go ahead and release, it happened in March, so it was like, I think their quarterly 3 report, they went ahead and gave out 10 Qs, quarterly reports for their respective companies, where it stated, hey, I don't think we're going to be able to reach our expected revenue goals for this year. And, they put in the report because of the lockdowns and we've had to face different issues with this and that. So they go ahead and it's just a nice summation for investors to get a quick glance of a company's financial statements before they actually come out. Now, 10K, on the other hand, is an audited financial report that is filed annually, and it contains much more detail than the 10Q. So you can think of your 10Q like a super salad, right? And then with a 10K is your meat and potatoes, really the good hefty stuff. And it's a great way to help in the analysis of companies' future growth, as well as trying to figure out how to go ahead and value a company when you want to go ahead and invest. So now if we go ahead with the 10K, there are going to be, again, a lot more in-depth statements. So within the 10K, there are going to be usually at least 4 financial statements that you're going to want to go ahead and take a look at. And that's going to be the income statement, which is just your revenues and expenses, how much the company makes, how much the company spends, right? In and out. Then we have the statement of retained earnings, which just outlines any changes in retained earnings. Then we also have the balance sheet within the 10K, and that's just going to be assets, liabilities, and stockholders' equity. And from there, shareholders' equity. Then from there, we have statement of cash flows. And that's just a summation of a company's cash and cash equivalents that go into and out of a company. So, for example, if you want to go ahead and think of a company like a black box, one of my favorite analogies. The company is working, any cash that the company goes ahead and makes, think of it as an arrow that goes into the company, and any cash that the company has to go ahead and spend, let's say on equipment or anything like that, it's an arrow that goes out of the company. So it's cash flows in and cash flows out of a company. So that's just the basic cash flows of a company. Again, simply think of it as arrow going in means cash in, cash going into a company. Arrow going out is cash going out of a company, cash flow in and out. One last form I did want to go ahead and take a look at is actually the annual report. Now, a lot of people confuse the annual report with the 10K and think that they're the exact same thing. Now, they are very similar. They are yearly reports that are filed, but they're not the same exact thing. A 10K still goes into a bit more depth, whereas the annual report, it has a lot more visual aids, charts, and graphs, and a lot more pretty colors for it to be a little more digestible to its investors. The annual report you can find usually on a respective company's website, whereas the 10K, you're usually going to find it on the SEC filing website. So there is a slight difference between the two. And with the 10K, it's just going to be your straight up charts of the different reports. So to recap, a 10Q is your quarterly report, and it's just going to be a summation of the company's financials year to date before the final report comes out. Then you have your 10K, which is your annual report, which is going to have your income statement, your statement of retained earnings, your balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. It does have more than that, but those are the 4 key financial statements you want to take a look at within the 10K. And then you have your annual report, which is similar to the 10K, but it's a lot easier to digest, and because it has so much different colors and charts and graphs and visual aids for readers to go ahead and take a look at. So, quick disclaimer, today's video is not investment advice. I'm not a licensed investment advisor. Today's video is for fun and entertainment. Before you go and invest in stock market, please go ahead and consult a licensed financial advisor. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video discussing taking a look at 10K, 10Q, and annual report. I hope you guys learned and gained value from today's video. I'm wishing you guys a really great day. Thanks for watching.